All right, we'll go ahead and get going with the warm up here. We'll get a little march going. And we'll add our shoulder roll to that as well. Yep, just a few more. And relax. All right, head tilts side to side. We'll get the Rice Krispies out here. Oh, a little snap and crackle. No pop yet. I guess that's good. One more time each side. Good. We'll rotate next, checking those blind spots side to side. I got all these messages about a terrible thunderstorm, but then it ended up lasting for not even 30 minutes today. All right, we're going to do our backstroke. 5 big arm circles back on one side. 2, yep, 3. Make sure I don't hit the fan blade above me. Good, switch to the other side. Nice and big, just opening up the chest a little bit, getting that shoulder warmed up, using whatever range of motion feels good for you. And relax. All right, we're gonna cross in front, come up into a Y like the YMCA. You can switch whichever hand is on top as you cross if you like to pay that much attention to detail. But the stretching motion is mostly at the top in that Y anyways. One more and relax. All right, we'll do our reach and pull next with a kickback, little Jane Fonda step. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Make sure you're not pushing the chin out as you pull the hands in. Nice tall posture through this one. One more each. And relax. Beautiful. Nice little loose torso rotation. Arms coming out. Again, loose. Trying to avoid any stiffness here. One more rotation. And relax. All right, we'll do our hip opening series next. So we'll bring the knee up, out, and around. 2 more times. Up, out, and around. Last one, up, out, and around. Beautiful. Same thing on the other side. Yep, if you need a little hand on something, that's okay for balance. And around, up, out, and around. Last time, up, out, and around. Beautiful. All right, 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. We're gonna reach and rock forward and then sit back into that hamstring stretch. Reach and stretch. Reach and stretch. On this last one, we'll reach and then hold at the bottom. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. Switch to the other side. Reach and stretch. Reach and stretch. 2 more times. Reach and stretch. Last one here, and we're gonna hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. First position again. You can make that split a little further if needed. We're gonna reach up and over and relax and reach and relax. 2 more times, feeling that stretch down the side of the upper back, holding on this last one. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good. And not just in the upper body, of course, we get a stretch in the front of the hip, the flank as well. Stretch and relax. Reach and relax. Reach relax. Last one, we're gonna hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and rest. All right, if you've got the room for a little grapevine, you can go right ahead. If you're just doing a little curtsy lunge with me, that's also okay. We're just gonna go back and forth. If you don't have room for the grapevine, just follow along with me in place. Yeah. Excellent job loosening up those hips. Getting those salsa hips ready, right? Good. And relax. All right, we'll do that step with jumping jack arms. Again, you can use the room if you've got it, but if you're in place, just follow me. Good, just loosening up. Again, those shoulders just a little bit more. Getting all those muscles on the inside and the outside of the hip primed. Let's go one more time each side. And relax. All right. Last one, everybody's favorite, a little walking lunge. If you don't have the room, you can do it with me in place. Just taking a big step back or deeper into a lunge if you've got that range of motion. All right, ready and begin. And you can add that reach up if you need the extra stretch. Alternating legs, whether you're doing the walking lunge or that step back lunge. Just make sure you're going one leg and then the other. Good, feeling a little stretch in the front of the hip, front of the thigh maybe. And relax, beautiful. Grab a sip of water. I'll start going over the exercises. My phone is buzzing. Let me just make sure it's nobody in the class saying that I've completely shut off. It is not, so I guess we're still good. Okay, so we've got 4 rounds of 5 exercises today. We're gonna do 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. First exercise, push-up. Any variation on the wall, on the knees, or on the toes. Whatever variation you pick, just make sure that the core is tight, glutes are tight, and that we're bringing the elbows close to the body, not flaring out to the side. And that you can maintain that variation for 40 seconds, hopefully. All right, next one, if you've got a band, if you've got a circle band, feel free to throw this one around or throw it around the ankles for this one. But if you just have a regular resistance band like me, what you can do is step in the middle with both feet, cross the handles over, and it'll give the same resistance like you have a circle band on. We're gonna do a little quarter squat, walk forward and back. If you don't have a band, don't worry about it. You can just get kind of the same effect with a little duck walk. Just hold a weight at the chest, squat just a little bit deeper than you would for that walk. You won't get quite as much emphasis on the sides of the glutes, but most of the same muscles will be working. Exercise number 3 is a little wood chop. Reaching outside of the knee, straight up, or at a diagonal, I should say, over the opposite shoulder, keeping the arms extended, core engaged. On the next round, of course, we'll go the opposite direction. Exercise number 4. You can use a kettlebell or dumbbells, or even a band for. Just pretend these are band handles and you're stepping on the middle of the band. We're gonna do a Romanian or a stiff leg deadlift. So my dumbbells, kettlebell, handles, whatever they are gonna go straight down towards my toes as my bottom kicks out. Nice neutral spine, and then hips fully extended at the top. If you need to use the wall for a guide, just stand about a foot or so away. Kick the hips back until you touch the wall with your bottom, just like so. Last but not least, we're gonna do a little diagonal band pull apart, thumbs up, arms straight, just like so. Of course, on the next round, we'll go on the opposite diagonal. If you don't have a band, no worries, we can do it with dumbbells. just bend over and pull apart at a diagonal, and then switch the diagonal on the next round. Same muscles will be worked. So without further ado, I've got the timer set up already. We'll get started. Push-ups are going to be first. All right. Ready? 5 seconds. And begin. And again, make sure you're picking a variation that you can maintain for 40 seconds. Because if you're not getting through on the first round, by round 4, we might be risking injury by pushing too much. So you want to be challenged, but it should be the appropriate amount of challenge. Stomach tight, elbows close to the side. Avoid that shrug. Doing great. Breathe. And relax. Beautiful. We're going with that banded forward and back walk next, or a duck walk if you don't have your band. Again, just stepping in the middle if you're using a band like me. Cross the handles and begin. Yep. The further the feet are apart, the more resistance you'll get on the outside of the glutes. Excellent. Yep, keeping that quarter squat position. A little bit deeper if you don't have the band and you're just using like a medicine ball or dumbbell at the chest. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Feel that burn. By the way, we're going to go through 2 rounds and then take a water break. But if you need water in between exercises, of course, always feel free to grab it. Wood chops next. And begin. Yep. Good. Keep that nice posture. We are rotating slightly, but mostly at the hips. The torso is rotating a little bit, but it's not flexing or rounding at the same time. We want to keep that chest up. So we avoid rotating and flexing at the same time. That's always a no-no for back health. So keep that posture looking good. And relax. We're doing our Romanian or stiff leg deadlift next. Those hip hinges, so important. Weight going straight down to the toes, hips coming back. And begin. Yeah, beautiful. Nice neutral spine. How low you go just depends on how flexible your hamstrings are. If you have tight hamstrings, like me, who's torn both of them a couple times, then you won't go all the way down to the ground, but that's okay. Good, I see a couple substitutions, that's perfectly fine as well. And relax. All right, last one, we're gonna go into our diagonal band pull apart, or if you're using dumbbells, just a bent over pull apart on a diagonal axis. If you're using the band, thumbs up, ready, and begin. Good. Yeah. So on this round, I chose to finish on my right side for both diagonal exercises, or I should say right side up on both diagonal exercises, but you can certainly do the opposite. Just make sure you're keeping track each round of which axis you're using. 3, 2, 1, and time. Beautiful. All right, round 2. We're back at the top with our push-ups. Keeping that one simple, not necessarily easy, but simple. Ready? And begin. Yep. Good. Nice angle. Good job not rounding. We don't want to stick those hips up too high. Remember, we don't want to be in a downward dog position. Just like a plank, we're holding that core nice and solid. Breathe. Just a few more. And time. Excellent job. Banded forward and back walk or duck walk is next. Ready? And begin. Yep. Excellent. We are working those glutes today. Between the banded walk and the Romanian deadlift, good, 5 more seconds. And relax. Wood chops are going to be next. Finishing on the opposite side for this round. All right, ready? And chop. Good, core nice and engaged. Yep. Good, we're even getting glutes on this one as well. But definitely keeping the core tight so we get abs and obliques as well. Arms long, avoiding that shrug, both as we reach down and as we reach up. And relax. All right, hip hinges or Romanian deadlift next. Take a couple breaths. And begin. Good. Yeah. Good. Only going as low as the hamstrings let you. If you feel this a lot in the lower back, first thing to do is check your posture. Make sure you've got neutral spine. Next thing to do would be squeeze those glutes on the way up. And lastly, if you still feel it, just limit the range of motion a little bit. 3, 2, 1, and relax. We'll finish off round 2 with a diagonal band pull apart. Opposite axis as last time. And then we'll take about a 60 to 90 second water break. And begin. Good. Making sure we're squeezing those shoulder blades together as we pull the band apart. You don't want to feel it in just kind of the front of the shoulder, the top of the shoulder. You want to feel it in between the shoulder blades as well. If you have to limit that range so you're not quite as overhead, that's okay too. It doesn't have to be as steep an angle as I'm showing you. 3, 2, 1, and time. Good. All right. Let's take a little water break here. We'll go for about 60 seconds. Just catch your breath. Try not to slurp my water bottle into the microphone too much. Things I'm learning about doing these classes online. One is the microphone's definitely more sensitive than I realized. We'll take another 15 seconds and then we'll be back at the top with our push-up. All right. Ready in position. And begin. Good. Don't worry, the finisher for today has no, I shouldn't say no upper body. I take that back. It's mostly core and lower body, but has a little bit of an upper body component too. Pace these out if you need to. For example, if you need to pause, 2, 3, push up, pause, 2, 3. That's okay too if you can't crank them out one after the other. Technique is number 1. Breathe and relax. We'll be winning push-up competitions by the end of this workout, right? Because that's what we're all here for. Teasing. All right, band. Walk forward and back is next. And begin. Yep. That's right. Again, those glutes are so important, not because we're trying to get beach buns for the summer, but they're the most important muscles to help keep a healthy lower back. That's the powerhouse of the body. Good, and relax. Wood chops are next, by the way. All right. Ready? And chopping. Good. We're practicing chopping that firewood, right? Just in case things go really south, we'll be ready. Our firewood chopping muscles will be nice and primed. Ten more seconds. And time. Stiff leg or Romanian deadlift is next. Hope you've got some good tunes playing on your end. Like I said, I usually don't, just in case you don't have the same taste as me. Good, and begin. But you're on mute, so feel free to crank whatever you have on your playlist, whatever CD you've got ready to go. Good. Halfway there. Squeeze those glutes and extend the hips all the way forward. Looking good. And relax. Good. I'll get a report from Aubrey tomorrow. Yeah, everybody said it was a great workout last night, but Matt kept talking about glutes the whole time. It was strange. I felt uncomfortable. Ready? And begin with that diagonal pull apart. I've told this story enough times, so I won't tell it again, but I'll never forget my 92-year-old client who asked me why I kept why I kept talking about her glutes the whole session. She was very concerned. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, we are on our last round, which means everybody's favorite, one more set of push-ups. You got it, 40 more seconds. Like I said, if you need to pace it out, that's okay. And begin. Good. Yep. Don't worry, I'm still peaking. Slow it if you need to. Keep that posture tight. I know if I'm working hard, you're all working hard and sweating right with me. But we've got it. Just a few more push-ups to go. And time. Excellent job. Whether you're on the wall or on your knees, great effort. Banded walk is next. And begin. Good, nice posture. As we get tired, we want to start rounding the back, right? We're struggling for air. Keep it nice and tall. Just a little quarter squat. Keep the chest open so we can get those full breaths in. Yep. Just forward and back, chest open. We want those deep breaths to fuel our muscles. And relax. Wood chops are next. 2 down. Just 3 exercises to go. Deep breath. Begin. Going to that opposite side now. Yep, there you go. Same thing, chest open. Don't let the fatigue win. Keep that posture. Even if you've got to drop the weight, that's okay. Keep the movement going. 10 more seconds. And time. Deadlifts are next. All right, ready? 3, 2, 1, begin. Same thing, technique is paramount here, so keep that core solid, belly button in. Squeeze the glutes on the way up. Beautiful. Doing great. 15 more seconds. Loving the sunshine that's still out there in my sunroom. If you're anywhere near a window, good, and relax. Soak up that energy too. Diagonal band pull apart is next, or you can use those dumbbells as well. And begin. I know we're not plants using photosynthesis for energy, but that fresh air and sunshine is so important, especially when we're cooped up inside right now. Hopefully you're still getting out for some fresh air and sunshine, even if it's for a short walk or on your balcony, in the backyard, anything you can. And relax, time, grab some water. Beautifully done. All right, so like I said, before we started, we're gonna do a little carrying medley next. So if you've got dumbbells or kettlebells, great. If not, hopefully you've got a little grocery bag for each hand. You can throw a couple cans in there. If you've got a gallon jug of water, feel free to use that too, anything with handles. And I'll show you real quick what we're gonna do for this finisher. Now, if you've got the space, which I know most of you do, we're gonna do this like a farmer's walk. If you're limited in space like me, that's okay. We'll just march in place instead. So first exercise, nice tall posture, not leaning over at all. Weight in each hand, and either walking or marching for farmer's carry. That's gonna be 30 seconds. Next exercise, suitcase carry. So weight in just one arm. Same thing, walking or marching. Halfway through, I'll have you switch to the other side. This one works the core a little bit more to try and counterbalance so you're not leaning or over compensating and leaning the opposite way. Nice tall posture. Third variation for our carrying medley is going to be weights straight up above your head. Walking or marching. If that's a little much on the shoulder, that's okay. Hold the weights right at the chest, like so. In that racked position, that's okay as well. Marching or walking. We're gonna go 30 seconds of carrying and 10 seconds of rest. 2 rounds. If you've got your equipment ready, we'll get started here with that normal farmer's carry first in 5 seconds. Both hands weighted and begin. And like I said, you can walk back and forth, but if you don't have the room, you can just do a nice high march along with me. I'll go from the side so you can see I'm trying to lift those knees up a good amount. And they should be fairly heavy weights, so you're just holding at the side. Yeah. Belly button in. All right, rest for a second. We're just gonna go with one weight now. Kettlebell, dumbbell, heavy bag, whatever you've got. All right, ready? And begin. Just that one-sided weight, suitcase carry. Again, walking back and forth in the room. About 10 feet there, 10 feet back if you've got the space. If not, you're just marching with me. Switch to the other hand. Yep. Trying not to shrug up like so. Keep that weight low, nice tall posture. And relax. All right, now we're going back to both weights and we're gonna go overhead. Arms straight up. If that's too tough on the shoulder, just hold them at the chest here. Begin. Either all the way up if you got it. If not, hands at the shoulder are okay as well. I know not everybody has the same shoulder mobility. Good. 10 more seconds, core tight. And time. All right, we've got the hang of it now. One more round, doing great. If we can speed that pace up on the second round, even better. Farmer's walk and begin. Yeah, exactly. Try to pick up that pace just a fraction on this second round. We're only doing 2 rounds, so we don't have to save any energy or anything past this. Yep, nice quick walk or march if you're with me. 5 more seconds. Relax, take a couple breaths. We're just doing the suitcase carry next. So only one hand has the weight. Ready, and begin. Same thing, quick walking pace or marching pace. I'll tell you when to switch hands. Nice tall posture, keep that chest open. Switch. Good. 5 seconds, quick pace. Rest, good, take a couple deep breaths, and then we're gonna hold those weights overhead or at the shoulder. Ready, begin. Good. Yep. If anybody's familiar with the Navy SEAL community, it's like we're in buds, holding the raft over our heads. Can't stop that march on the beach. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. Beautifully done. Way to finish off strong. So go ahead and grab one more sip of water, and then we've just got 4 stretches to finish off with. But I'll give you a minute to catch your breath. By the way, if anybody's looking for anything new to watch, don't worry, I'm not going to say Tiger King, because I know that's definitely junk TV, but something else that's fairly mindless. Nikki and I have started watching McMillions. It's all about the McDonald's Monopoly game, how it had been, and I'm not ruining anything, they say this at the beginning, but it had been rigged for almost 2 decades. Organized crime was involved. It's very, very interesting, but very easy to watch. All right, so for our stretches, we're gonna do a little standing pec stretch. If you've got a doorway, awesome. If you don't, just use like the edge of a cabinet or anything that you can put your forearm on. And we're gonna step forward. I'm in this position here with my forearms resting on the doorway, just so I can stretch that pec. It's okay if you have to walk away from the camera for a second. We're just, again, stretching the chest, front of the shoulder, and not arching the back, but keeping everything neutral and leaning the shoulders forward until we feel a nice stretch. You can go on and off or hold that position. All right, go ahead and switch to the other arm. I'm just turning to the opposite side here, but if you've got a doorway that you can lean through, excuse me, just go to the other arm. Yeah, I haven't gotten to the end of the series yet, but if you're into crime or mystery, but you don't want anything too heavy, that's a fun watch. You can walk out of the room for 5 minutes, come back, and you haven't missed too much. All right, we're gonna do one more time each arm. So going back to that first side, we really wanna open up the chest after all those push-ups, right? I don't want anybody waking up tomorrow with caveman posture, so we have to stretch out those muscles that we've been using. And one more time on the other side as well. Good, and relax. All right, we're gonna go to the ground for the next one. Take off my sweatshirt quickly. First, he was talking about glutes. Now he's stripping on camera. My goodness, what kind of a trainer do we have? All right, so we're gonna do a butterfly stretch next. You can do this one lying flat on your back. I'm gonna do it seated, but either one is fine. So again, I've got bottom of my feet together, pulling those feet towards me, and then I'm just letting my knees come down to the ground, stretch out that inner thigh. If you need a little extra pressure other than just gravity, I can press down with my elbows into the thigh if we need a little extra stretch. And you can go on and off or hold the stretch, of course, either one. All right, relax for a second, flap your butterfly wings. And we're gonna stretch one more time, same thing. Of course, we should be taking nice deep breaths at this point, slowing the heart rate down, slowing the respiration rate down. Awesome. 2 more stretches and we'll be all done for the evening. So we're going to go onto our back for a little figure 4 hip stretch next. So we've got ankle on the opposite knee, and then we're just going to hug towards the chest, just like so. Still breathing. I won't say what muscle we're stretching right now, but you all know. Good, switch to the other side. Breathing. One more time each side. Back to that first position. Hope you're not at home thinking, man, that isolation is really getting to Matt. His humor is really starting to reach here.
It must be hard because it's so quiet in the room for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're just talking to a quiet room.
Just hoping that everybody's not rolling their eyes at me at home.
Definitely not. We're just glad you're here, really.
I appreciate that.
Really.
Switch to the other side one more time. That is good to know. Good, and relax. Last stretch we're gonna do is a little hamstring stretch. We might go over by a couple minutes, hope you don't mind. So the opposite leg, you can either have the knee bent or straight extended on the ground. Either one is fine. But the leg we're stretching, we're just grabbing behind the thigh, pulling the knee to the chest, and working towards extending that knee. It doesn't have to be straight. And you can go on and off, or you can hold the stretch, whichever feels better for you. Those Romanian or stiff leg deadlifts really work the hamstrings. So this is an important stretch after today's workout. Good, switch to the other leg. And we're gonna do both sides twice. Still breathing. Good, one more time each side. If you take Ryan's class, this is the point where we've got the gentle music playing in the background, right? If you go all the way back to the days before we had our studio and we're doing classes out of the yoga place around the corner, this is where we're playing the CD Water Down the Ganges and Bubbling Brooks.
I put my video. My video.
Switch to the other leg.
My video's off. He's just stretch.
Five more seconds. All right. And we are all done for the evening. Let me turn off the recording.